So, what are you making this time?
Well, Reggie, we're making ravens.
Why ravens?
Because every good Halloween display needs one. Or two. The problem is, the really nice ones can get pretty expensive.
So naturally, you're making them out of cardboard.
Exactly. So today we're taking some inexpensive materials, cardboard, tape, paper, and a little creativity, and creating two giant-sized ravens that look like they could be sitting in a cemetery or perched outside a witch's cottage.
As long as they don't start stealing my stuff.
If they do, they're taking your shelf first.
Well, now I don't like this project.
Let's get building. All right, what's up, everybody? So our Wolfman build is taking a little longer. It's going to take more than a couple days to complete. So instead of not having a video out this Friday, I thought I would bring you another project that I'm going to be working on anyway, and that's creating large ravens or crows that I can put in my witch's hut to kind of add a little bit more ambiance and cool look to the actual set itself. And basically what I'm going to be doing is using some very inexpensive materials to create something like this. And this was just like a little prototype I put together yesterday just to see how it was going to look. It's going to be a really easy, cheap tutorial, super inexpensive. That's going to get you a really cool look. So we're going to make a couple ravens today, and let's go over the material of this so you know about what you're going to need to make this happen. Now, again, this was the first one I made, so there's not much for me to go on. So as far as materials, what I know I'm going to be using for sure is a bit of cardboard for sure. We're going to be using some masking tape. I'm going to use paper bags to create the stuffing inside our ravens or crows. And then I'm probably going to use like paper towel and monster mud, similarly to what we did with our haunted frame, just to create like a hard coat over this. And then after that, I'll be using various other materials like craft foam and or like weed barrier or just more paper to create the feathers and that overall look. And then we'll go back in, we'll paint this guy up. We'll do a little bit of dry brushing with some cool metallic colors. Maybe I'll give it a little bit of a spray with polyurethane, but for the most part, that's gonna be it. And we'll probably use a little bit of wire for the legs and feet here, just so they can stand, or I can have them perched or maybe clawed around something to hook onto things, stuff like that. So it's gonna be a really easy build today. So we're gonna have to bring you in a little bit closer so we can get started. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this, but I have a bunch of pictures of crows from different angles, so I know about what the bird body is going to look like. Now, to start off, I'm thinking more of a silhouette. I want to do something along the lines of this, maybe just standing straight up with the wings furled in here. Okay, so I pulled up pictures of just silhouettes so I can eliminate all the detail and just worry about what this guy's gonna look like from the side. And I think I'm gonna do something along the lines of maybe this here, just standing up from the side. So I'm just gonna take my cardboard here. And again, this is gonna be pretty big. I want the bird to be, let's see, maybe 18 inches or so, just so he's like really tall. So I'm just gonna draw on some markers here so I know about how high I want him. And then I'm just gonna kind of sketch it out. Okay, so this is a good shape here. That's gonna be a good size crow or raven. And now I'm just gonna take my X-Acto knife here and just cut this bad boy out. Okay, so now I have the overall shape. Now what I want to do, and I started with the profile purposely because this is going to give me the look of him. And now when I turn him this way, I need to add bulk to the sides. And I'm going to use the same scrap piece of cardboard here. And then I'm going to just lightly kind of sketch out the size of the bird from the side. So again, his wings are going to be a little wider in the back, so I'll give him more bulk here and then taper in a little bit on this side. Okay. So now I have this roughly cut. And I'm just gonna cut this out. I will make another one of these so I can put it on the other side. And I'm also trying to angle this to where it's flush as well too, so I don't have any bulging out the side that I have to cut later on. This will just give me a little bit of size for him. So I'm just gonna take my hot glue to attach this, run a bead against the edge here, a generous bead at that, okay? And then line it up where I want and just stick that down, righty? And then I'll put another bead just against here, just to keep it like secure. Just take my time, you know, be patient or whatever. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. Okay, so now you can kind of see from this angle, it's starting to build up the bird to make it more 3D. So what I'm gonna do is continue to cut these out, and maybe I'll do like 2 more here and then 1 for the head, just to build this out. And then we're gonna start filling this in with our paper bags. So let me finish this up real quick and then we'll come right back. Okay, so now we're starting to rough out the shape pretty well here. I'm gonna go ahead and refine this a little bit more just because I want it to be as tight as possible. So when I put my tissue paper or my paper towel over the top of the monster mud, it creates as smooth of a surface as possible. And then we're gonna add all our detailed feathers and all that good stuff before we actually start our paint. So I'm gonna finish these and then we'll come right back. All right, hopefully you guys can hear me and see me. So now we're gonna get to the monster mud stage. You guys can see our birds here, they're looking pretty good. And what I wanna do now is take our monster mud, I'm gonna go ahead and paint monster mud on here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take paper towel and put it over the top and then saturate that with monster mud, just like a paper mache kind of effect. That way these birds will be hard coated and they'll be ready to put wherever I want them. Now, the hard coat is just gonna be the first layer, so I have a strong structure to work with. And then we'll go back in and do like details with feathers and for the eyes and the beak and all that good stuff. But I wanna make sure the monster mud's nice and dry before I do that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take my brush here. All right, and I'm just gonna paint this on. Okay, so our crows are just about dry now. And before I get to painting them and start adding the detail, I want to do a little bit of sculpting. So what I'm going to be using is this foam clay, and this stuff I want to go ahead and use to sculpt around the feet, just to give the feet a little bit more, because right now it's just wire and tape. And then also too for the face itself, just to create a little bit more detail so the beak is more defined. Maybe I'll make some eyes or just a little bit of sculpting for the face itself. And then I'll layer over weed barrier or paper bags or whatever I'm gonna use to create the feathers that go around this. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the sculpture. So come here so I can show you how to sculpt these faces. Yes. Okay, so I have my reference picture here so I can see just about what he's gonna look like. Now again, there's not so much detail in the face. This is just to add another level of detail so it doesn't look so flat and rigid. I wanna smooth out this beak a little bit and then create the eye itself there. So I'm gonna spritz down the face really quick with a little bit of water just to help the foam clay adhere. Okay, so sorry about not having too much of the sculpt in this video, but it was really hard to sculpt and film at the same time, but I just want to show you. I just did very minimal sculpting here on the face and then also on the feet. Nothing special, just added a few ridges in there and kind of made them look pretty cool. So now we're gonna let that foam clay dry. Once that's dry, we're gonna give this a coat of black paint, just so everything's uniform in color, and then we'll start adding the detail. Okay, so our birds are all painted black, as you can see. And what I ended up doing off camera is doing a little bit of tests with different materials to create the feathers. Now, you can leave these guys as is because they look pretty good. And if you have them in the background, no one's gonna tell. It's gonna look really good. But just to add a little bit more detail, I went ahead and cut a paper bag and made like some feathers. Hopefully you guys can see a little bit of this here. I'll bring you guys closer when I put this all together as well. Frayed the edges to make like individual feathers, and I'm thinking this for the wings so we can have the wings here. I was messing around with different materials and I found out that I really like the weed barrier actually more. And again, I'll bring you in closer so you can see it. But these have a mesh, so they're really strong. And when you lay them over the black, they almost fade into the black, which is kind of cool. So kind of see that. So it'll still have a little bit of wispiness to it. It'll be black. I'm going to paint it black, and then we're going to do dry brushing like I said. And that's going to give us the majority of the bulk of what we're doing. I alternatively also cut smaller sections, and you can't really see this too well, and it looks kind of funky here. But it's going to go over like the chest piece where the smaller feathers would be. And I made a bunch of these as well. Really simple. It took me about 10-15 minutes to cut all this, not too much time. And then for the crows, when I was looking up the crows, how they look as far as their face goes, the feathers turn almost to fur when it comes to the top of the head and the face. So what I'm going to be using for that is a little bit of our wool yarn. Now, if you've been following me for a long time, you guys know I use this a lot for fur for like the wolfman hands or the face I made. I even used this for the Grinch as well, dipped in monster mud. So super versatile stuff. And again, I'll leave all these products down in the description below, but this wispiness here, but this is going to go over the beak itself and then from the top of the head backward until we get to some of the thicker feathers, just to make it look more realistic. So I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit closer here. We're going to start hot gluing all this into place to give that cool vibe. Then we'll do a little bit of detailed paint, not too much. And some of this stuff here, this little wool fur, we'll probably use like a spray adhesive to attach this, but I want to bring you guys in closer so we can finish these crows up. Okay, so here's our feathers a little bit closer. Hopefully you can see these in the light, how I frayed them up. Nothing too fancy, okay? And I'm going to start hot gluing these into place. Now, what I want you guys to just take into consideration to account, make sure you do this, is you want to start the feathers from the bottom and then work yourself up. Now, the reason I'm doing that is because you're going to get like a layered effect. So if I have feathers here and then I layer another one over the top, slightly off to the side, you get a more realistic look. If you start from the top and try to put them down, they're going to overlap themselves in an odd way. You're going to see these weird flat cuts and you don't want that. So from the bottom going upward, we'll start with these big feathers at the tail first. And all I'm going to do is put one bead of hot glue because I want these to be like kind of free flowing. That's going to be the idea anyway. So just a small bead of hot glue and make these stretch too. I did cut a lot of them, but I'm looking to kind of fill the space. So okay, so our birds are looking good. The feathers are looking great. I just want to add a little bit of detailed paint just to give it some highlighting. So what I'm going to be using are these metallic acrylic craft paints. So I have a green, violet, and a blue, and I'm just going to do the smallest amount of dry brushing to get this on here. Because if you look at a crow, if you look at it in certain light, when the sun hits it, you might see a little bit of color of these emerald greens and deep violets and blues. So I'm going to try to mimic that a little bit just by creating a little bit of dry brushing here. And again, I'm just like at the edge of the feathers in certain spots. You're not going to even really see it, but if you're displaying these outside, it's really going to sell as a real crow. You just give it a little bit extra because the sun will hit this and then all of a sudden it'll look amazing. So if I put a little bit of a light on here, You kind of start to see it on camera. It's a little difficult, but it just gives that extra effect of it being a real crook. I think these guys turned out pretty awesome, and they're definitely going to be showing up in different projects around the shop.
I told them your workbench was off limits.
You talked to them?
They ignored me. Pieces of
That sounds about right. If you guys make a pair, I'd love to see them, so tag Carvalho Creations so I can check them out. If you guys like today's video, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's getting ready for Halloween.
And if they start staring at you,
Don't blame me. But until next time, keep building things, stay creative, and don't forget to go wild. I'm Gio from Carvalho Creations, and I'll see you next time.
caca, caca, birds, caca, birds, caca, caca. Peace out, home slice.